Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I've been trying to put together a chart of some sort of normal baby weight. And this is hard for me because not only was she born pretty much in the average size category at 5 pounds something, even if it is a little bit on the lighter side, she was a preemie at almost a month ahead of time, right? But if she was almost in the veritable of a regular or an average birth weight, does the preemie part even still hold water? I don't know. See, this is the thing. If you don't know all these ins and outs of the particular baby, it is hard to fashion a chart, okay? So I tried to do the best I could, and I can't put together a chart per se, but I have put together the collage of all three pictures, one of Ken holding the baby, her dad holding the baby, and her holding the baby. And if you look at them all together, like I put them, it gives you visual, what's the word? It gives you a visual, give me a minute. I couldn't think of the word, so we're just going to say template. It gives you a visual template of timeline. So where Ken is holding the baby is Valentine's Day, to where his Gypsy is holding the baby a month later. And we're just going to say that Rod holding the baby was somewhere in between because we're not exactly sure of the date. Even with Ken holding the baby, they say Valentine's Day, but we don't know if that picture was taken beforehand or not, right? Nobody's got a time stamp on it or nothing. Whereas Gypsy holding the baby has a time stamp because it's a festival. So you can always look that up. Whereas the other two, there's really no timestamp, but we do know the one with Ken did come out on Valentine's Day. Whether it was taken before that or not, I guess doesn't really matter. If you look at all three pictures together, what do you see? Do you not see that the babies looks identical sizes in all three pictures? Now, I know infants, especially newborns, up to like 6 months, grow really rapidly. They really do. Now, if you're going by the picture of the baby when it was first born in the bed in Gypsy's arms, she says the baby was 5 pounds something ounces, but by looks of that picture, I'm going to say that baby was about 3 pounds something ounces and should have been in an incubator. But according to them, no. So having a baby the size of what's those dolls out now? Those LOL dolls? Having a baby the size of an LOL doll is perfectly healthy and happy, and you can go home in a couple of days, doesn't need anything special. Just Gypsy had a few shots beforehand to develop the baby's lungs. Usually when somebody gets that shot, it's because the doctors are a little concerned about the lungs and should have been in an incubator under observation for at least a few days. But that's not what we got. So another thing I want to show you. Now this lady put this like visual chart of her child online. I have blanked out the face. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But this is her child, and her child was a whopping 9 pounds something. So now that's the heavier side of an average weight baby, whereas Gypsy's was apparently the lower end, 5 pounds something, okay? So even though that baby had 4 pounds up on Gypsy's baby, look at the rapid way this child had grown in 3 months. Do you see that? Like, is that not crazy? That child didn't just double their weight from birth. It like quadrupled his weight from birth. Now, given the fact that the child was a lot bigger than Gypsy's child at birth, and maybe has a better appetite as more than Gypsy's baby, and not included that Gypsy's baby could have the microdeletion, which could mean failure to thrive, okay? Now, given all these things, right, this is what Gypsy decides to do. She decides to take her child. I don't know what it's like in Louisiana at this time of year. Maybe it's beautiful, like summer weather that would be for here. I don't know. But her child is out at a festival in March, the end of March, in a little onesie with no hat, no socks, not even a sleeper, no blanket. The no having a hat thing bothers me because I had a hat on my kids from the time they were born, I think until they were up to 6 months old, at least, every time we went out of the house. And both my kids were born in the fall. So by the time they were 6 months old, it was spring. So yes, they had a hat on their head at all times. Gypsy doesn't seem to believe in hats. Even, a light hat, you can get ones that are like made of cotton now. You don't really need the big knitted hat anymore. You can get nice little cotton ones. Look like little sailor hats almost. Nothing. Now, for somebody who was going around her house with a sling, and at one point the frontal, what do you call that? Frontal carrier, baby carrier that you have that she took a picture of in the bathroom. She's doing these things in her house, but decides to go in a festival with the baby in her arms. Now, whether she has a carriage or not, I don't know. I see a wagon in the picture, but that might not even be theirs. I don't know. But it's just strange how she doesn't have anything on that baby at this time of year. But like I said, I don't know Louisiana weather, so you guys let me know. If you're from Louisiana, I know one lady, she's in my viewership. She lives right close to Cutoff. So she would know the weather more than anybody, I think. But anybody close to Louisiana would probably know just as well. Let me know in the comments what you think the weather is or was this last weekend. I know here in Canada it was freezing this weekend. Mind you, I could still go out with a springtime jacket on. But I was cold. I was freaking cold. Because we had beautiful weather for 4 days straight. And we thought, ooh, spring is here, right? No problem. It's beautiful. Then this past weekend, they would just went, what the hell went on there? I think Mother Nature didn't take her meds or something, But darn. So you let me know what the weather was like in Louisiana. And should she have had that baby dressed properly? Or am I just being like an old grandma and think that that's the way things should be done? Because as a grandma, as long as their bellies are full and they're warm, they're happy. Right? Oh, and dry. All right, guys, that's my video for this morning. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps me in the algorithm so much. And we'll be back this afternoon with another video and maybe a different topic. We'll see. All right, guys, everything in this video has been my thoughts, opinions, and or alleged. Bye now.